I would say it's heavily influenced by Slender Man, which is an online myth which started simply by images but has expanded to this video series that's been going on for over a year. And the character of Slender Man himself rarely appears on camera. You see shots of his leg, you see shots of his arms, side on, back of the face. He kind of stays a mystery throughout the whole thing, and he just makes people disappear just out of nowhere. And that was kind of the premise of this piece. We wanted to create something that was unknown, that had a solid ending, but people can watch it and wonder, where did this man come from? Who is he? Why is he making people disappear? And
look at him staring down at the camera.
And then when you look back,
that's
come back
right.
to our feet. So Phil's going to go over there. I'm going to mention about Kelly. While we're doing that, stick your foot here. So we just want to try that now. I think the most interesting thing that happened when we were looking through the footage was, I think it was the third or fourth scene, with it starts with our feet. And me and Phil are sitting there and we're talking about the behind the scenes stuff. And we had 2 takes which were our favourites. And in the first take, the first half was brilliant, the second half was terrible. Mainly because of me just being really bad at looking surprised. And in the second take, the first half was terrible, but then I had a much better reaction in that one. So we wanted to kind of mix them both together, and we thought, how are we going to do this? It needs to be a long shot. When I was scrubbing through the footage, I noticed that there is a couple of frames where Phil pans the camera over to Kelly, and in this moment, the shot's going so fast that you can't notice that we've actually cut together 2 different shots entirely on that whip pan. Because of the blur of the trees, you don't even notice it.
Where did Alice go?
She's by there.
Are you fucking kidding me? I thought you guys were with him.
Who swear?
Choreography, why am I so zoomed in?
Okay, that's fine.
The very last scene was probably the most fun to film, because it's the first scene we've ever had to choreograph. It was one of the longest takes as well that we've done in this particular film. I think all of our scenes were over 30 seconds per shot, which was very unusual for us. We normally have shots that are 5 to 10 seconds long. So to do an ending shot which involved us running, Phil tripping over, it was important that we got the mystery man in the shot when Phil trips over. Then I've got to run back, I've got to pick up Phil, we've got to run forwards, Kelly has to disappear, she's got to scream. I've then got to disappear, Phil has to turn around and see that I'm not there, he's got to turn back, and our mystery man now needs to be over there, and Phil needs to disappear. So this was a hugely convoluted scene.
This has been the least stressful shoot I've ever been on.
Stressful for me.
Yeah, but that's because you were
around the
acting
fucking
stress.
forest with no shoes on, mate.
No, me and Alice got to sit here talking about shit all
memes,
really.
This is us just after we finished our week
6. Yeah.
Week 6, so how did you guys find it? I'm going to try and get you all in shot, but it's not going to happen. Can you all huddle up a bit? So what did you guys think of this shoot?
I think it's been probably the most difficult to film in terms of choreograph. But it's been the fastest to film because we've got 45 minutes to spare.
I was going to say, Ben's done really well on the choreography. He seems to have known what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, I think this is really down to the fact that we
planned everything, and we've had the idea for weeks.
I mean, me and Alice came out and location shot for a Saturday. We then scripted and storyboarded on the Sunday.
So you wrote the script around this area?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Phil's just doing a couple of
Phil's somewhere over there in the distance.
Phil's creeping in the trees.
He's having sexy pant shots.
But that's pretty much it, so...
Yeah, we'll do a proper interview in the editing suite.
We'll catch you on the flip side, dudes.
Later.
Things that I may have changed, the time when we were shooting it did pose a bit of a problem. The light was blinding on the camera. I mean, even turning it, the aperture and all the settings all the way down to as low as they would go, the figures on the camera still looks like white, completely washed out. I mean, I guess that could have been changed by the time of day in which we were shooting and things like that, because that would have been great. But unfortunately, with restrictions, with when we've got the cameras and the availability and such, we just had to do what we could and just try and solve it. So, you know, I guess that was probably our biggest problem.
I think the main change I would make would be to make the unknown man appear on screen a lot less. I think that I didn't want him to have too much screen time, and originally in the script I was quite specific. I only wanted his eyes in shot. this kind of view of him, whereas we ended up going with this shot. And although it was a whip pan, it was quick. I would have rather had the eye, because I think that would have made him look less human. And also the ending shot as well, he appears on screen for way too long. We've got him there for a couple of seconds, looking forward to the camera. You can clearly see he's just a guy wearing a suit.
I think the overall kind of way it worked was pretty good, and was just sort of keeping everything quite nice.
All in all, that's pretty much it. Bye.
Love's in the glade. Love's in the glade.